Back to Turkey.
Yeah. Square one.
So yesterday promised us to give my answer about Takdir Ilahi and Qadar and choice and reward punishment.
I think it would be better for those who are interested to study the Taqdeer Ilahi, or Qismat as it is called also, or fate as it is called in English. There is a very complex issue, question, which has been differently discussed and understood by all the various people of the world. Every religion has something to say of this. But Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has discouraged overmuch attempt to understand Qismat, because it is not within the scope of man to understand it without a reference to the Holy Quran and a reference to Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's observations on this subject. So when I spoke on this complex matter, I spoke always within the domain of the Quranic explanation, Quranic observations, and within the domain of the observations of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam with full references. So it's a large subject which I think I discussed during one of my Dars al-Quran of Ramadan a few years ago, 2-3 years ago. Yes. And it took me perhaps 2-3 hours to finish all the various aspects of this issue. So casually, it should not be treated casually, because you can't do justice to it just by a small casual answer. So I advise you to have access to these videos or cassettes and send them to your friends. It's your question, I'm sorry. All right, if it's your question, I should make a brief answer now, and hope that you will have access to the video or audio as you please, and listen to the full complete answer which I have given previously. Fate is divided into different categories. You can't answer this question with reference to just fate as such. Fate can be applied, the word fate can be applied to the plan of things of the universe. This is the prime meaning of fate. God has created the universe according to a certain plan, and the plan began to unfold itself as the universe progressed towards its higher evolution. So everything which was planned to be was already imprinted in the embryo of the universe. It only took time for it to come to the stage where it had to unfold like a flower unfolds itself during the particular season. It is meant to unfold. It is designed by God to unfold. So this is exactly how the Taqdeer Ilahi works with reference to nature. Everything which was to be, which could ever be, which was ultimately planned by God to be, was imprinted in the very embryo of the universe when it suddenly took birth from the black hole, and the black hole burst with a big bang, as they call it. So from that moment of the Big Bang onwards up to you and me here and beyond, whatever is happening was decreed within the embryo of the universe. And the question of choice was also imprinted there. See? So this is how the scientists are now beginning to unravel the mysteries of nature. They know everything is well planned and has been written down. So this is why Taqdeer is Al-Kitab. Kullun fi Kitab can be said in the sense that Al-Kitab, which is the plan of things of God, everything is in there, and nobody can change that plan in the least. The lifespan of every animal is also imprinted in that plan, but it is printed in the sense as an engineer predicts the life of a motor car or an aeroplane which it makes, or a bridge which it builds. If you go on the side of a bridge and try to read what is written, you will be surprised to see that the estimated age of the bridge is also written there. By year that and that, this bridge must be rebuilt, or nothing can be guaranteed of its safety. So this is how Allah has planned everything to a precision. The human estimations of the life of things they make is always erratic and full of faults. But God's estimation of the ultimate age of a thing is absolutely perfect, and the Holy Quran tells us that it cannot go beyond that spot, that limit, and cannot recede back from there. This is the ultimate destiny, which can never be changed. But within that destiny, there are other sub-destinies which work. And the question of dua, the question of healing, the question of prolonging life or decreasing life, such questions, all these questions, are governed by those sub-order of decrees which I mentioned. It is also decreed that if this man, whose lifespan is, say, maximum 105 years, misbehaves and disregards to act by the law of God, then his lifespan can be reduced by all the diseases which he will be responsible for himself, for which he will be held responsible himself. They would go on biting off chunks of his life, and that much by that, until he will be reducing his own lifespan because of his own stupid, suicidal misbehavior, that he could die earlier. But when you pray to God, then God can condone that evil by helping him in other ways. He may come across an excellent healer who knows the art of healing so perfectly that the diseases regarding which other physicians may declare they are incurable, he may find a cure and cure the person who was suffering for his own fault or by accident as well, but the final limit of his age had not yet reached. This is the positive conclusion we draw from the Quran, which presents to us many such cases where the decree of the lifespan of a people had yet not matured, but they were wiped out before that because they misbehaved and rebelled against the will of God and brought upon themselves the wrath of Allah, so that they did not reach the planned age of the people, of those people themselves. Like the people of Noah, their decree was not changed in the sense that if they had behaved as Allah would require people to behave to reach the ultimate limit, they must have reached that ultimate limit, and this is what is clearly said in Surah An-Nur regarding their fate and their behavior. Absolutely clear, there is no shadow of doubt there. Why did they not behave like this? Behave better? Why did they not repent so that they could reach the full span of their decreed age? So their age was cut short. It was not against the plan of God, because all these minor things are also included in the plan of God. And the people of Jonah, of Yunus, their decree had come because they also misbehaved like the people of Noah. So that sub-order of decree which deals with the mischievous people, that cuts their age short by many, many years, and they are decided to be wiped out on the face of earth earlier than their final decreed age. But in their case, they repented, and the decision was changed. So there is flexibility within the apparent rigidity of the inevitability of fate. So I think for this short meeting, this should be sufficient. But if you have access to the videos I have mentioned or cassettes, inshallah you'll find all the various aspects of this complex question discussed therein. Right? I'm sorry. You're all right, huh? Inshallah.